Hey guys, Chris here with the 2017 Mazda 6. I just got this car delivered today. Wanted to show you around it a little bit and look at some of the specs, of course. Let's start off with the Monroney here. So, 2016 Mazda 6 Grand Touring in machine gray metallic with parchment Napa leather. Very nice. 35 mpg highway, 27 city, 184 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque, 2.5 liter Sky Active 4-cylinder engine, front-wheel drive with G vectoring control, and 19-inch alloy wheels. Pretty sharp-looking car. I drove a Mazda 6 when this generation was released a few years ago. It was a manual transmission car, and I wasn't too crazy about it. It was a little bit quiet, a little bit dull to drive. This, though, with all the features and the white leather interior and the way it looks, I actually quite like it. First impressions are pretty good. You have this kind of flimsy, weird-looking heads-up display here, but it tells you some interesting information. If there's a car in your blind spot, it'll tell you which side it's on. Of course, it'll tell you the speed that you're going, and if there's like a stop sign coming up. And of course, it'll kind of work with the navigation as well. So it's an interesting little thing. It's got active driving display. So, cool stuff. I'll let you decide if you're a fan of these type of iPad-style displays on the dash. Whatever. It's maybe a fad that will last. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Heated steering wheel, heated seats, lots of features in this thing. A really good transmission that works very well. Definitely, it's got this automatic has some of the sporty DNA from the rest of Mazda, and they actually are one of the few companies that get the shift pattern right, where you push down to downshift and you push back to upshift, just like a rally car, which is pretty cool. And yeah, here, actually, let me show you let me show you the back seats real quick. Put this up to a normal driving position. You can see what kind of room is back there. While we're here, sorry, it's so windy today, but come on. There we go. It's super windy. Trouble. Okay, so now lots of room back here. This is set to my driving position. I'm 5'10". Lots of good amount of headroom, nice and comfy. Got a center armrest with heated seats and cup holders. Pretty good visibility from the back seat. Nice and comfy. No complaints here. While we're at it, let's try out the trunk too. There's your key too. Let's see if this even opens. Yeah, there we go. Good. Seats fold down in a what looks to be a 60-40 split. Not the most inspiring engine note I've ever heard, but it's also not too bad. This has a kind of a zoom-ish growl to it when you get on the power, and it's actually pretty rewarding to drive. I'm more impressed than I was with this than I was the last Mazda 6 that I drove. Pretty decent reverse camera. It's not super high res. There's quite a bit of distortion, but you can definitely see if there's anything in the way. Turning radius is all right. But you buy a Mazda because you care about driving. So let's go for a drive. There might be a little bit of traffic this time of day, but we'll see what we can do to get around them. One thing to note is this is on Blizzak winter tires, so we're not going to be getting the crisp handling that you would normally get. I've been a pretty big fan of Mazda's automatic transmissions since I drove the CX-3 and the CX-5. They do what you want them to do, and they're responsive. I mean, there's virtually no lag between my right foot and it downshifting. I mean, so here we are, top gear, and I floor it right now, and we're off. I mean, that's great. That's awesome. Really, really good job, Mazda. This is coming from a week of driving the Lexus GS200T that had about a second and a half of lag between full throttle and actually getting power out of the engine and transmission. These paddles, they're plastic, but they actually feel pretty good. They don't rattle or feel cheap. Kind of fun to use the paddle shifters, especially when it's responsive, and these are very, very responsive. Shifts smoothly, rides nice. Really no complaints there. Let's put it into sport mode, and into second there. Flat out, power isn't going to knock your socks off, but it'll get the job done. This definitely isn't a super fast car, but you're not wanting for too much extra power in normal driving situations, and it should pay off in terms of fuel economy. So a little bit of a trade-off there, but the engine and the transmission are very well matched. That's my highest praise on this car, and also all the luxury features that it has. Let's see if we can go around a highway entrance ramp here. We're going to hit a little bit of traffic in this corner, but it shouldn't be too bad. A little bit of understeer with these winter tires. These Blizzak, these Blizzak, I think they're WS80s. They're a little bit soft. I have them on my BRZ, and they basically just eliminate all steering feel and dry weather driving dynamics. They're really good in the snow, though, which is a plus. Steering wheel leather feels nice. All the inputs are kind of crisp and have a nice feel to them. These dials around everything are a little bit cheap and plasticky, but really not that big of a deal. I do like what Mazda's doing with their interior design these days. Verdict's kind of out on this display here, but it's fine. It does the job. I do like these seats. They keep you in nicely. They're pretty comfortable. I like the white. Who knows what it'll look like in a few years, but right now it looks excellent. Little place to put your sunglasses here, and there's another little drawer over to the left. All right, let's go here. A little bit of torque steer there off the line. This definitely doesn't have any trouble spinning the tires at a launch. That transmission is just so responsive that you get instant power. Nice neutral handling at the limit. And I think that's going to conclude the review, because we are in standstill. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. We'll be posting more videos on this on the Windy Road channel. Be sure to check those out if you're interested. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next POV first impressions or whatever video we upload. I upload. I have no idea. Take care, guys.